Hi everyone, I created this look and I'm calling it Galaxy Eyes, and I think it's so stunning. So if you would like to learn how to recreate it, then please keep watching. So for this look, I'm starting off with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean, and I'm using this as a primer and a nice black base for the shadows. And with my finger, I'm using it to blend it out. No need to worry if it's messy because we'll be using a makeup wipe to clean up. I'm taking my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Hanky Panky, and with a crease blending brush, I'm going to use the color as my transition. With the NYX Nude Matte Shadow in Betrayal, I'm going to deepen the crease with the same blending brush. With the Kat Von D Metal Matte Eyeshadow Palette, I'm taking the shade Bone to highlight the brown bone with a small shader brush. But you can use any like whitish creamy color to highlight the brown bone. It doesn't have to be the one from the Kat Von D palette. And with the same shader brush, I'm taking the eyeshadow called Jet, which is a black eyeshadow, and applying it to the entire lid. With a clean blending brush, I'm using it to buff out the harsh lines. And this is the part where people like to give up because it looks crazy, but just pull through and you'll have a nice look at the end. Okay, now for the fun part. I'm taking my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Bay, and I'm using my finger to apply on the lid. This color is stunning when you apply it on top of a black base because it brings out the blue shimmers that it has. Feel free to use the same blending brush to remove any harsh lines. I'm taking another Super Shock Shadow in Tencel, and this is a foiled shadow, and with my finger I'm going to apply it on the center of my lid, making sure that you can still see Bay peeking through. Use a makeup wipe to clean underneath the eyes. I'm using the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser to focus on my T-zone, and I'm using this as my primer. For foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match, and I'm in the shade W7, and I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend it out. When you use a damp beauty sponge, most of the product gets soaked into the sponge, so you get a more natural finish, which was something I wasn't going for, but I had no choice because all my other brushes were dirty. To highlight the face, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I'm in the shade Pure Beige. I'm taking the same beauty blender to blend out my concealer. And to set the concealer in place, I'm using the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Loose Powder. I'm using a large powder brush to remove the excess powder. Next, using the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, I'm mixing the shade Tan and Toffee to bronze and contour the face with the MAC 109 brush. Next, with a large tapered brush, I'm using cream to brighten underneath my eye. And using what was left from my MAC 109 brush, I pinched the bristles to contour my nose. For blush, I'm using the Milani Baked Blush in Rose de Oro in a dual fiber brush. Back to the eyes, I used a black pencil to my waterline, and with a flat definer brush, I went back to my Kat Von D Metal Matte eyeshadow palette and took the jet shadow to run underneath my lashes. I'm using a pencil brush to buff underneath my lashes to soften the look. I'm giving my lashes a quick coat of mascara to prep them for the falsies. And for falsies, I'm using the Red Cherry eyelashes in number 74. For lips, I'm using one of my favorites. It's the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Lolita. And that completes the look, everyone. I hope you enjoyed watching. This look is probably one of my favorites that I filmed so far. And if you like, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll talk to you in my next video.